Hi everyone, it's Ethan, Kira, and Sydney, and you're watching Teenage Critic. Today we're at Fellinis Pizzeria on Wickenden Street in Providence, Rhode Island. On today's show, some of the crew is going to be going over to Oakland Beach. Sydney will have a heart-to-heart and a bunch of other stuff, so stick around.
This is Sydney and you're watching Teenage Critic. And today we're on Oakland Beach in Warwick, Rhode Island. And just a little background information. For those of you who don't know, Rhode Island is basically made up of like a bunch of little inlets like this. And the water surrounding me is actually coming in from Narragansett Bay, which is kind of cool. So back in like the 1930s, Oakland Beach was the hit place to go for middle-class New Englanders, and it had everything you could think of, like a carousel, a Ferris wheel, arcades, food, entertainment. It was just like everything you could think of. And then the hurricane of 1938 hit, and everything basically washed away. But now there's actually a little carousel and Ferris wheel going on, and it's home to the world's first Iggy's Clam Cakes and Chowder House. So later we're gonna go try some of their food, so stick around. Yeah, apparently people kayak. That's right now. Yeah, so there's this beautiful bay around me, and people come here to just stroll along the beach, and they even kayak. It's just so beautiful. Okay, I'm here with Frankie, and this is her very first time on the Teenage Critic. This is kind of her audition, so say hi. Hi! And we're gonna go approach the swan over there.
Come on, I'll show you how to get
This
around.
is so scary.
Come on, this way.
Come on, buddy.
Shoot this way. No, you won't.
No. Come on.
Now they're here. Okay.
Now he's walking this way. Okay. This is apparently a resident swan, which means it's always here. Talk about how and they prefer you not to feed the birds around here. Why do they prefer that? Because it's not a good idea to give them food because they'll take it from you and then they'll get too comfortable with people. It's leaving me. My friend Michaela has joined me now to tell me about the history that she knows about Oakland Beach. So what do you know about Oakland Beach?
I know a lot about Oakland Beach, actually. So,
Hey, Michaela.
hey, so I'm good. So what I know about Oakland Beach is I'm here at Iggy's in Warwick, Rhode Island, specifically Oakland Beach. But this is really cool because this is actually the first Iggy's. There's another one in Narragansett. Something interesting about this place is this was built a long time ago, and it's been on its original structure since 2008. Something else really cool about Iggy's is it's open year-round, so even when it's freezing and snowy, if you want some clam cakes and chowder, just come on down, and we're gonna go get some chowder now. And sadly now it's time to say goodbye to Oakland Beach. I had a great time and I hope you had fun watching. So stay tuned for what's next, and we'll definitely be back.
Hey everybody, it's Kira, and Oakland Beach looked like it was a lot of fun. That day they were eating clam cakes and clam chowder, but today we're eating pizza. So stick around, because next we have Sydney's Heart to Heart.
Hi guys, this is Sydney, and today on Heart to Heart, I'm going to be sharing my advice on public speaking. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I act as well as being on Teenage Critic, so I know a little bit about, and I'm used to being in front of the camera and having to speak in front of people. And I know that it is so scary, and I think the main reasons why you get nervous before public speaking is like two things are running through your head. What if I mess up, and what if I forget something? I think those are the biggest things. And to prevent this, definitely practice over and over, practice 100 times a day, practice when you're eating breakfast, practice before going to bed, just practice everywhere. So if you practice so much that it almost gets annoying to practice again, that's when you know that you know the material. So now I'm gonna kind of show you what I do before I have to go into an audition or do an interview or be on camera for Teenage Critic. So this is like the pre-performance. Okay, here I am waiting to go into an audition, and the key is to relax and lower your heart rate, and here are some ways to do that. So you can take big belly breaths to help, because that
naturally makes your body a little more calm. You can breathe through your nose, and I'll talk about why that works in a little bit. Another helpful thing is to inhale or breathe in for 5 seconds and then breathe out and exhale for 10 seconds, because that by itself really seriously lowers your heart rate. Like, it's crazy how much it does. You can also close your eyes to remove yourself from this stressful situation. And now take your finger and feel in the back of your mouth, and there's a soft thing that's called the soft palate. Now yawn, and that soft palate actually expands and opens up that area, which makes your body relaxed, which is kind of cool. One of the most key important things that I do is visualize, and it's super simple. So just basically tell yourself that you will do amazing and your performance will be flawless and you won't mess up at all. So if you think that and you have that mindset, surprisingly, chances are that is actually what will happen. So when you're waiting to go in, just visualize yourself walking towards the stage, performing beautifully, and afterwards you hear this thundering, loud applause, and everyone is just cheering, and they think you did amazing. So now that we've gone over what I do, or what you should do, like before the performance, now I'm going to talk about what to do during the performance. So, since you're probably going to be nervous and, you know, like you're in the moment, your heart rate is going to be up. So, you're going to tend to speed up, whether it's playing an instrument or singing or doing a monologue. Definitely slow down. So another tip is when you're performing it, don't perform it as if it's a planned speech, but instead pretend that you're just having a conversation. My last tip is to bring a water bottle, because when I get nervous, and probably when you guys get nervous for public speaking, your throat kind of gets like dry, so water bottle is really helpful. So I hope you guys enjoy this heart to heart, and thank you for watching. And if you have any comments or like topics that you want to recommend to me, definitely go to teenagecritic.com and click on my name, and from there you can write me an email and say whatever. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
This is the clock upon the wall. This is the story of us all. This is the first sound of...
Fellinis Pizzeria on Wickeden Street in Providence has great pizza, and I would know. I just had a piece.
It's so good.
You all should really stay tuned, because up next we have a teen film about the historic St. Paddy's Day Parade in Newport.
We're the marshals for the 6th division, which is about the most exciting division you can be in, because we stand here at the end of the line, and as people come in, we tell them where to go. And then every once in a while, somebody runs up and says, "Hurry up, the parade's about to start, go get all the firemen out of the bar."
Nachtan Nafila Patrick means Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's a lovely day. We've worked very hard to get here on this lovely day. And it must be like 80 degrees out. It's very cold, but we'll have a great time. And thank all my band members who couldn't attend us without everybody. And St. Augustine's Church, Father McNulty, Sister Josephine.
Well, I can easily recall the day when it was snowing and they shut down the bridges, and I mean the snow was up to our knees, and the parade still went forward.
Oh, absolutely. We can't stop the parade.
The enthusiasm around this parade is second to none.
Oh, absolutely.
We sponsored about 50 of these parades, but there were parades before that. You know, there's always been remnants of the Irish uptown, but predominantly in the Fifth Ward it was the Irish spirit was more. But, I grew up down there were Irish in every street, you know, and I mean Irish, not Irish American. And I come from, on both sides, I come from Irish. And my grandfather and grandmother built a house on Simmons Street in roughly 1894 or something, you know. And we've lived in that neighborhood ever since.
Great-grandparents came from Ireland.
There is a difference.
Many of them worked in the estates as hired help.
Yeah.
And on Sundays were their only days off. Being people who were not wealthy, and most of them were working off their steerage, they had no place to go for entertainment. And what they would do is, the hired help would come down here on a Sunday afternoon.
Right here?
Right here.
Okay.
Would come down here on a Sunday afternoon, and maybe one of them would have a fiddle, one would have a squeeze box, maybe just a tin whistle. And they'd play, and people would dance. And that's how many of us, God bless the people, are here today. My grandparents met right here.
Yeah. Is this your first year as a Grand Marshal?
Yeah, it's the only one. Yeah. Usually you only get one shot at maybe. And it's my last hurrah. You know?
My pleasure.
St. Patrick's Day in Newport is marvelous. It's a great tradition, recognizes the heritage of so many Rhode Islanders, but also it shows off the city so well. This is a great, hospitable city of good people, and St. Patrick's Day is kind of probably the zenith of fun.
And everybody is Irish today. Everybody in Newport.
This is the oldest parade in the oldest St. Patrick's Day parade in America. I actually started coming here when my Uncle Bud was in the State Senate for Newport, and I've come every year since. It's great. It's a great way to honor the great Irish Americans of our city and our state and our country.
Would you call that duty?
Yes. I'm on horse duty. Yes, indeed. Right there. I make sure that no one steps in it. That's one of my jobs. I film this. Fight fire. This was a 1 minute response. 1 minute. Yes. That's a 30-second response ready.
It's a major event in the winter time, basically the late or the early spring, if you want to call it that, although it'd be difficult. And Yeah, it's just become a symbol of kind of the awakening of the city from winter and the beginning of spring. And there are a lot of other traditions that have grown up that are not necessarily so nice. I mean, one which most people aware of their Irish heritage despise is the tradition of dyeing beer green, for instance, which is something that should be avoided whenever possible. It generally involves special concerts. This year, for instance, Pendragon came down and played at Hibernian Hall. In our parade, you'll find every ethnic group in Newport. And also, the Hibernians, Ancient Order of Hibernians march in the Columbus Day Parade as well. So I think it's a symbol come together of how all the ethnic groups in Newport come together for this one festivity.
You've been good to me, baby, better than I've been to myself. And if you ever fall, I don't know what I'd do. 'Cause baby, without you now, well, I am so blue. Because you make me wanna throw my hands up there, kick my feet up there, throw my head back there. Come on now, don't forget to say, hey folks, don't forget to say, yeah, 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 whoa, 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 yeah, 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 we're not okay. I love that.
And we come to the end!
Yes! Made it!
And I'm freezing my fingers. Hey down now.
Hey guys, this is Sydney from Teenage Critic, and that St. Patty Day's parade looked really cool, so maybe next year I'll go. And I'm here with one of the workers at Fellinis Pizza. So what's your name?
Matt.
And what do you do here?
I pretty much do everything. First and foremost, I'm a pizza maker, so that pretty much takes up a lot of what I do. I also make the dough. I'm an expediter on some days. It really kind of depends on what day of the week it is.
And if possible, can you explain the process of making a pizza?
It's a complicated process. People think it's easy. Oh, how come I can't do it at home? But you take the dough and you proof it first, and you flour it, and you got to shape it. And then, as you know, here we hand toss everything. So we toss it in the air and spin it around. And then we do cheese first, which most people do sauce first. So it's cheese, sauce, and then your toppings. And and then the trick is getting it off the board. You know what I mean? You got to make it quick, otherwise it's going to stick and you won't have a round pizza. Sometimes you get footballs, but it's okay.
And I've heard that you guys have some pretty crazy things on your menu. So what do you think is the most outrageous thing that you can order here?
The most outrageous, I don't know. We've had quite a few strange and unusual requests, but we try to be innovative, you know what I mean, with our toppings and keep people coming back, and we love to try new things. We're trying coleslaw right now and green beans, and we have our Thanksgiving pizza, which is turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and cranberry. Yeah, so we get a little crazy. It's fun. It's fun.
And what is your personal favorite here?
See, I probably shouldn't say, but I'm a plain kind of guy. You know what I mean? I like pepperoni pizza. But to go on the other end of things, we have a pizza that's called the Borden, which is bacon, caramelized onions, and gorgonzola. And that's pretty good. I would say that's my favorite right now. It changes all the time.
And speaking of favorites, from your experience, what are customers' favorites?
The customers really like barbecue chicken and our garden vegetable, which is tomato, onion, scallion, and butternut squash. Yeah, it really varies. They love everything, but the customers tend to go a little crazy. You know what I mean? They don't want cheese or pepperoni. They want the steak and scallion or the bacon ricotta scallion or the pesto tomato. So
And do you see like kind of a trend in the type of customers that come here, or do you get like a really diverse crowd?
it's pretty diverse, but it's like it's with the season. Like when the kids go away, you know what I mean? You see a lot more families, and then you know when they're back in school because they're all walking around and they're coming in here. So it's a very diverse crowd. Like from kids running around to people coming in with their grandparents. It's a pretty wide spectrum.
So I noticed in the case over there you have some pretty amazing looking pastries. So do you make those right here?
No, all of our pastries come from a company out in Boston. So yeah, we have some pretty good ones over there, the cannolis and baklava. But yeah, that gets all brought fresh every day.
I'm actually from Boston, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. And how long have you guys been here?
It's been Fellinis since 1989. Yeah, it's been a long time. Kind of a staple, I would hope. We're open Sunday through Wednesday from 11 to midnight, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday we're open until 2 a.m. So yeah, it gets a little wild in here after 12 o'clock on a Friday night.
Yeah, that sounds perfect for late night pizza. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
We've had a great time hosting the show today from Fellinis Pizzeria. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah!
If you guys want any more information, you can check us out at teenagecritic.com and watch us on Saturdays at 11:30. Bye.
What were you doing with that, girl?